It's Ron Reader Digs the Universe. I'm Ron Reader, and this is Ron Reader Digs the Universe, and tonight, the death of Henry Kissinger. We were a Nixon family at my house. I remember being outraged at the age of 5, no less, that they wanted to remove our president, our leader, from office. I had no idea, really, of course, what the fuck was going on, but that was the vibe in the Reader house, and I fully embraced it. It was the genesis of my political consciousness. Nixon was, to me, for many years, the brilliant commander-in-chief who played Armageddon chess with the Soviet Union and got the better of them most of the time. Of course, it is impossible to consider Armageddon chess without also considering Dr. Henry Kissinger, Nixon's national security advisor, a man who essentially played Mr. Spock to Tricky Dick's Captain Kirk in this conservative Reader family mythology. So Henry was also a big fucking deal to me. The crazy thing is, though, that my mythologized childlike understanding of Henry Kissinger wasn't too far afield from mainstream grown-up America's understanding of him. It's been like an enormous media celebration for 5 decades of the guy as a foreign policy genius, America's intellectual dean of both diplomacy and war. Establishment news media organizations did everything but suck his dick when they were covering all success, no failures. Only in America could this German Jew who fled the Holocaust rise to become such a great man. Entertainment media mythologized him too. Kissinger is essentially the title character in Stanley Kubrick's Dr. Strangelove. He's been portrayed on The Simpsons. He even had his very own Bond babe, Jill St. John, from Thunderball. They were together for a while there in the early 70s. The ultimate aphrodisiac, indeed. Later in life, I did a lot of reading about my childhood heroes, Nixon and Kissinger, learned the facts about Vietnam and Watergate, and lost all my respect for both of them. And while the American establishment was all in and kicking around Nixon after Watergate, Kissinger's mythological sheen went untarnished. He lived to the end of his days as an admired and revered figure. And that's a real shame because Kissinger was a straight-up war criminal. He authorized the secret, illegal, indiscriminate bombings of Laos and Cambodia during the Vietnam War, which so destabilized Cambodia that it empowered the Khmer Rouge and their horrific killing fields. Indeed, decades later, food and travel writer Anthony Bourdain wrote, "Once you've been in Cambodia, you will never stop wanting to beat Henry Kissinger to death with your bare hands." Good old Henry Genocide Kissinger. He also enabled, supplied, and supported the Indonesian genocide against the East Timorese and fully embraced Pinochet's helicopter rides for leftists and other political opponents in Argentina. I'm hearing a total of about 3 million deaths under Kissinger's belt floating around the left-wing internet lately. He was really quite a horrible man, a monster. Yeah, and it's not even like with other American mythic heroes like Washington or Jefferson, deeply flawed slave owners who also did some truly great stuff. I don't really know what good Kissinger did, if any. In deep hindsight, I have great difficulty accepting that murdering millions of innocent people was really that awesome of a move in the game of Armageddon chess. What were his actual contributions? I can't think of any. He was just a mass murderer. I'm Ron Reeder, and this has been Ron Reeder Digs the Universe. Join me, Ron Reeder, again next week for another episode of Ron Reeder Digs the Universe